5 centuries had passed since mankind first ventured into space. Although there had been suffering from occasional civil wars and unrest, mankind now prized its great peace and prosperity. Planet Solent, located near the center of the galaxy, was the 11th world to be colonized by humans, and it was about to be visited by a new and unknown life form.
White Pigeon 03, this is Control House. Do you need me? Over.
Control, this is White Pigeon 03. Salt Charlie is clear. Meridian sensitivity is back to 555. ETA 0400. Over.
White Pigeon 03, this is Control. Roger that. Keep up the good work. Over.
I have them on the optical. Distance 30000. Negative readings on my G-Radar. My pewter tells me those rocks got some kind of weird ore.
Report target's condition. Over.
Target? What target? That's just rocks, not enemy.
White Pigeon 03, report target's condition, okay? We are in the military after all.
Okay. Huh? Live readings? Holy shit!
31 years after the Zakarite Civil War, mankind is about to confront a new threat. A threat from the darkest corner of the universe.
Hello there, boys and girls. Alexander Frost here, and we're going to play a game. What are we going to play? We're going to play Silpheed, the Lost Planet, even though it doesn't actually say the Lost Planet there. Made by Working Designs way back in the year 2000. And bonus points to anyone who knows who the announcer is that you just heard a moment ago, the narrator. Let me check my readings, my options here. Not that there's very many to deal with. You can only switch between 2 difficulty levels, normal and hard. As for your shield, you can either take 10 hits or 5. That's it. And I don't know why it says forward when I obviously can't. Control the configuration. It's pretty simple. Square fires the left weapon. Circle fires the right weapon. Press square or X to fire everything. Well, that's it. It doesn't get much simpler than that. We'll go with stereo configuration. Alrighty. No point in saving anything. The only thing the game will save is controller configurations if you change them and score. So now, first of all, to start, there is one cheat code for the game, just one. By entering the name Galore, and I'll make sure to spell out how that's spelled, you can actually unlock every weapon in the game straight out. I'm not going to do that, though. Because, in all honesty, the only weapons I really need to complete the game are pretty much going to be available once I hit level 2. So... Okay, 1 space. No, I did it wrong. Almost. Wait, that's a 0, not an O. I am in the military after all, so A Frost. There you go.
FSDH Officer's Log, Federal Space Fleet, Salant Base, GR 1028-0518.2200, SRD 0-88-91. At 2000 hours, confirmation obtained on unknown meteorites in orbital zone. 30 minutes later, one scouting SP-13C lost contact immediately after reporting life readings on said meteorites. SHQ hailed them on all frequencies with disappointing results. At 2140 hours, SHQ tagged the meteorites as UTOO, which had penetrated our geosync orbit. For the first time in Celantian history, SRAF Silpheed scrambled with combat equipment. Their objective, to investigate and, if necessary, engage UTOO.
So yeah, one thing you gotta notice is the voice acting is kinda corny. But the beauty of the game more than makes up for it in my eyes. I mean, and it's not as bad as Castle Shikigami 2. That voice acting was just terrible.
Mounting your weapons now.
So as you can see, we only have two weapons to choose from, Forward Vulcan and V Vulcan. I'll use the Forward Vulcan for the first half of the mission, since you can switch up your weapons halfway through. So, yeah, there you go. Not much else to it. Score multiplier, if you can defeat a squad of enemies, you'll get a score multiplier based on it. The closer you are to an enemy when you defeat them, the better your score will turn out being. Whoa! Whoa, that was too close. Yeah, 16 is as high as it can go. I'm not really going for score. So yeah, and if you hear a slight echo, that's because my TV. I'm listening to the TV volume too. So yeah, this is not really a hard game. I mean, it's challenging right at the end, but hi there, thump. Oh, that was stupid. That was really dumb, but it's cool. Totally okay. Alright, now weapons. We can select our new weapons, which I will. I'll use the V-Vulcan instead because I happen to prefer it. You can also restore up to 4 shield units, I think it is. That sounds about right, 4 shield units. So this game takes place 30 years after the Sega CD version of the game, and let's see. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it. It's not so much hard. It's just there's not much to explain, you know. Also, I don't think anyone knows how to pronounce Zacarte, so that's how it was pronounced in the Sega CD version of the game. That was the name of the main enemy who had taken over Earth and all that. The narrator didn't say it quite right, but I think that might be because he's from another country. I don't know. So the first level is pretty much an introductory stages to get you into the story, but to also kind of get you used to how to fight. And I apologize if I'm talking over the radio signals. The other pilots, I mean. But, you know, like I said, absolutely beautiful game. And this will be a lot better looking than my computer voice test video that I put up about a month or so ago. Or maybe it was more like 3 weeks ago, I don't remember. And I'm doing a lot better too, but then again, I was purposely trying to get injured and whatnot. Whoops! That was actually an accident. Now, one of the tricks to fighting like this, with most shooters, is not so much to concentrate on the enemy in front of you when you're fighting a big boss like this. Instead, it's really a lot better if you concentrate on your ship and the incoming enemy rounds nearest to it. Because basically, you can fire and forget, your shots are going to make hit the mark. So, whoa, see, that's what you don't do. It's because I looked up at the enemy as it was spinning. Don't pay attention to the enemy, pay attention to what's around you, and you can dodge the shots. And I unlocked a couple of new weapons, which I will show off. So yeah, very beautiful game. The cutscenes are magnificent, and you're about to see one, actually.
Officer's log 1028-0523.0345 SRD 0-90-21. What we had in Silantian orbital space was in fact contact for the third time, but the incident had already become a tragedy. UTOO had disguised themselves as meteorites with the intention of launching a sneak attack. SRF, with its newest utility fighter, Silpheed, valiantly defended the colony but was nevertheless no match for the incoming adversary. Silantian defenders lost half their forces in the first 30 minutes of the battle. At 0519.0100 hours, a small portion of UTOO succeeded in landing on the planetary surface. Immediately after losing contact with the northern continent, along with all the FSF bases, the entire planet was absorbed by optical weapons of an unknown nature. Thus fell Silant in just 1800 seconds. It took an unbelievably long 89 hours for the Federal Assembly on Earth to recognize UTOO as a hostile alien civilization and order the counterattack. GHQ, in near panic, was slow to come up with a plan of action. The final decision, the complete obliteration of Silant and all the rest of the 11th sector by IPCM bombing, left no room for preserving either the planet nor its inhabitants. SRF understandably rejected the GHQ plan outright. As of 03:30 hours, SRF independently decided to launch a voluntary rescue mission with its remaining Silpheeds. As for the intentions and characteristics of the UTOO, we can draw no definite conclusion due to the lack of solid information.
So yeah, a few things. I'm gonna have to pause it here in a minute. IPCM, in case you couldn't figure it out, stands for Interplanetary Cruise Missiles. Yeah. Basically, battleship-sized missiles that are designed to destroy entire planets. And Earth is pretty much sending a huge salvo on that. So, let me start by selecting my new weapons. We'll start with the optics lasers. And pause it here. And we will continue on the next mission.